Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noel Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week is my brother Pedro. Hello, hello.
Good morning, everybody. Pedro's Creative Tech here, Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects, featuring electronics from Adafruit.
Yep, that's right. This is a show we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is Wednesday, September 17th, 2025, and this is episode 498. It means we're 2 away from 500. And it's yet to be determined if we're going to do something special. I don't know. Maybe we will. Yeah, we're hanging out in the Adafruit Discord server. If you'd like to join us, you can go to the URL for that. It's over here at the top banner. You're going to see a little blue thing, a little purple thing. It says discord.gg/Adafruit over on Pedro's side at the top there. That is the URL. And I'm going to add my screen here. There it is. How did the time slip away from us, Pedro? You know, we do this every week. Somehow, we still don't have enough time to rehearse and catch up and all the things. If anyone wants to say hi, drop us a question, a comment, anything on Discord. We're there, and we'll shout you out. We also have folks on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, and X. So, yeah, we're hanging out there. And we are... Where's my background? There it is. I have to update all the shots here. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the coupon code for this week. Before that, let's take a look at adafruit.com/free to find out all the details and freebies that are happening. I think we're down to just 2. Let's bring that back and you back. How about that? adafruit.com/free, so you can find out all the tiers. We have 2 this week as we try to get things back in stock. For orders of $49 or more, you'll get a free KB2040. It's a lovely microcontroller featuring the RP2040 chip. And orders at the top tier at $199 or more, we get the KB2040 plus free UPS ground shipping for continental US only. And those are the freebies this week. While you're at checkout, you can get a 10% off your order using our coupon code FruitOS. FruitOS. We'll be talking about Fruit Jam OS in today's live stream. Yeah. This just in. Guess what's back in stock, everybody? Could it be? Fruit Jam is in stock right now.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Yeah, it literally came out like a couple minutes ago. So this includes the Fruit Jam PCB, the front plate, the little mini speaker, some rubber bumpers, and 3 screws. So get that now and you get 10% off using our coupon code FruitOS. 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 Whatever you want to say is good. Yeah, what perfect time. I also want to shout out.
Surprised it comes with all that stuff.
Yeah, it comes with
the whole kit, speaker.
Everything you need. Just about everything you need. We had our Snap Fit enclosure printed in JLC black resin using an SLA process. That came live yesterday. We had about 40 in stock, and they all sold out within a couple hours. So shout out to everybody who picked one up. This is my favorite enclosure design to date because it just looks so great. I don't think we've done a black resin thing before, but it has a perfect fit to it. The Fruit Jam logo looks really nice, and in these photos, it almost looks like it's machined. Like you can see, like the surface finish is superb. Yeah. So, yeah. Of course, you can order one yourself if you want to wait a week to get it back from JLC PCB, but we have the files for this. You can 3D print it on FDM or SLA. They both work. They're both the same file. They tend to work. Depends on your type of resin and what type of resin printer you have. But the one we've tested with JLC PCB, this one has a perfect, exact 1-to-1 fit like our FDM bamboo lapse printer.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks really nice in this photo. You can see that the NeoPixels shine really nice in the LED well.
So good.
Yeah, and it's a 3-piece thing. You got your top, you got your bottom, and then you have this extra slidey bit that has a little hole for the actual kind of stem of the switch that slides into, and it stays in place because of that, and it won't fall out. So yeah, you got your reset buttons that work really well now, and Fruit Jam logo on there. Yep, spinulations on the back. No screws needed. It's just snap fits, and it breaks out just about everything. All the ports and stuff, expansion ports. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So let me go ahead and share what I got going on my desk. This week, we have our Fruit Jam right here with our black resin print. This is the first one I got back from JLC PCB a couple weeks ago. We tend to order it, test it out, order it again, test it out, and just kind of see what needs to be changed. In this case, it's just a small minor update from mine. These buttons here were like increased by like literally 1 millimeter. That way they press a little bit better. You don't have to like press so deep. That's the only change really. I went ahead and put rubber feet on the back of mine, just because I'm filming right now this week, trying to make a video that showcases Fruit Jam OS, the case, and just some fun demos that the fine folks on the Adafruit team have been working on, and in the community, which we'll talk about. But yeah, this is really, really cool piece of hardware. It's amazing that it can run an NES emulator, which we'll talk about. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the case part. The other thing that I worked on was a 3D printed enclosure for my little 7-inch display. We haven't really talked about it, but this is a HDMI display that I found on Amazon. It's just your standard HDMI, USB-C for power. It's got a little menu system. And I just wanted to make an enclosure for it because it ships with just the bare PCB, and it's a couple standoffs. And it works really well for low resolution stuff. I think the resolution is like it's like, what is it, 1280 by 720 or something, but it can handle Fruit Jam's 640 by 480, which is perfect for these retro kind of games and these retro apps that we're doing. I mean, that's the whole aesthetic for it. So it's just a snap fit enclosure for the display with this like cool looking stand that I made for it, and I added a little hole here so that I can have the Fruit Jam cables come through, and this can sit right here. But this is kind of prepping me for a much bigger project that we have planned. We want to make a classic Mac classic enclosure that will enclose the display, the Fruit Jam, and all the little extra things like a speaker and some expansion ports. And I'm probably going to use this display. We don't stock this display, but you can get it on Amazon. So that's the story behind the display. It's chunky on purpose, just to kind of give it that retro look. But I think it came out pretty good. And again, not sure if I'll chat with Lamar and see if there's any interest in like releasing this as a project. Otherwise, I guess I could just toss up the files on like printables and Maker World.
Yeah, it looks like a nice little Mac Mini.
It does, right? Yeah. It's got those nice big bezels and that huge chamfer, and then this plate here, and it's a nice display. It has a nice menu system where you can change. Yeah, right. You can change. The orientation. You can dim the brightness, which is great for photography, right? Because the brighter the display, the worse it is to film it. You can change the aspect ratio and the resolution if you want.
Nice.
And I guess the color, which I haven't really messed with. How do I exit? It's got this like this little nubbin that you can press in and press up and down. Like I've never seen it before, but this is a cool way to kind of navigate through it without extra buttons.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it just works. I think Ann Barella and Dan Halbert on the Adafruit team have been coming up with a list of like displays that work with Fruit Jam, because Fruit Jam has a kind of a specific, the DVI output is kind of its own thing. So not all displays are going to work, I think, but this one worked really well, so that's good. We do have some displays that are kind of like, you know, HDMI backpacks, and just their EEPROM just isn't programmed to work with Fruit Jam, so unfortunately those don't work. So, and like they're kind of dated at this point, so not sure if we're ever going to get new ones to replace them, but you can get these on Amazon, which is great. So that's the display. The other thing I have here is, of course, our USB gamepad, which is a clone of the SNES controllers. And then I also have here is this this keyboard. I need to order a mouse from the Adafruit shop because USB host has a kind of a specific speed set for doing USB peripherals. So this keyboard works, and then the mouse that we sell at the Adafruit shop will work. Because CircuitPython has USB mouse support, and you can do like a cursor, you customize it and do all sorts of stuff with it. But in this case, I just have the Pico, what is it called? Pico NES. Let me see. It's called Pico Info NES Plus, which is a collab project that was ported for Fruit Jam OS. And I think JP, yeah, definitely JP helped out a lot with it. And I have a couple ROMs here, and I guess we can display.
Yeah, we used it on. Remember, Lamar made a UF2 for the Pi badge or the Pi Gamer.
Yep. Pi Gamer had it. Yep. That was for the M4, I think, the Atmel M4 chip. This is, of course, with 2350, which has enough RAM and speed to do an emulator. It does support 2 players. So that's really cool. I have yet to test it, but yeah, it's just really quick. I'll play it real quick. What's really cool that I thought was like really snazzy is I don't have any audio out coming out because I don't have headphones plugged in or a speaker plugged in. But you can see here the onboard NeoPixels are being treated as a UV audio meter. So it's really cool to see the lights flashing here as the music is playing and stuff. So that's a really fun feature. And it gives you an idea of how you can use NeoPixels in your CircuitPython apps or Arduino apps. Yeah, so that's Pico NES. Let's see. I'm going to load Fruit Jam OS. In order to do that, I'm going to do the song and dance where you hold down the boot button right here, and then you reset, and it's going to go into bootloader mode. This USB-C cable is connected to my computer here, which is a Mac. And I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop and install Fruit Jam OS, or not, rather, you know, CircuitPython firmware. So the RP2350 shows up as a USB flash drive. I'm just going to drag and drop the UF2. Takes a little bit to copy over. And then it should have all of my Fruit Jam OS apps, assets, libraries already installed, because that's how UF2 works. You can like reboot and load different things. So here's the boot sequence, right? That's a beautiful like jingle, and we're really trying to kind of make it reminiscent to like an old Mac where it has like this fun boot, you know, and you get the sound. And here's Fruit Jam OS. Let me plug in disconnect the USB gamepad and plug in this keyboard, and we'll like navigate through and play some apps. Okay, so keyboard is plugged in. There's your standard keyboard. You use the arrow keys, and you can see here I can use the arrow keys to pick a different app. This is the kind of app interface. There's a folder on my CircuitPy drive that's called apps, and then you can load in apps so I can navigate through them, kind of do this pagination thing with the arrows, which is really cool. And there's quite a few apps, which is nice. They're just kind of little apps to kind of get you started. So let me do one of my favorite ones is a Flappy Bird. I think it's called Flappy Bird, a Flappy Bird clone. We calling it Flappy Nyan because it uses Nyan Cat. I tapped enter there to go in, and now you can use the space bar to start the game. And this is really impressive. This was programmed by Tim Foamy Guy. He's on the Adafruit team, of course. And it's a good demo of like how you can create the side scroller app using CircuitPython, and even has like a little menu system. It says the kitty wandered away, and that changes actually, which is cool. You get your score, and then you have some keys or some commands here. If you can press P to play a game, or you can press Q to quit. So press P or Q rather. And you have Breakout, which is a nice classic kind of Atari game that was written by Ann Barella, who's on the Adafruit team. And you can use, I think, these keys. Yeah, A, S, D, and W. I'm not great at this, so, and the ball's moving, but you get Breakout. Like it's kind of like a Pong.
Ah.
Yeah.
It was going so slow, and
I know it was.
Still got away.
Right. I think it's Command C to exit out of your program, and then we can, play something else. There is an editor, which is pretty amazing, that you can edit CircuitPython code right on there. There's an IRC client, which uses the ESP32S3 to connect to your Wi-Fi, but I'll skip that for now. Larzio Paint, which is really fun. It uses a mouse. I don't have the mouse here, so I can't really test it. And some of the other memory games as well use the mouse only. And same thing with Paint. Like it's kind of like a, Mac Paint or Mac Draw or whatever it was called. That's really cool. And then there's of course like a Snake game. I really like the Timelapse game. Again, it uses a mouse. I need to get that mouse. It's on order. So, but that's kind of a real quick demo of FruitJam OS. We can go through the Learn Guide, which I have been heavily referencing. Here's just like a little breakdown of how it works. You got a boot.py, which tells CircuitPython how to handle if you have a boot animation, and then your code.py, which is like the OS. It's basically like a launcher for the apps, and then it looks for any CircuitPython code that's in an app folder within an app folder. And this talks all about it. There's the launcher. You can customize the launcher. So if you want like different colors, you can choose your own color palette for your FruitJam OS. And of course, you can customize the icons because they're just bitmap images. I actually created one for I think Melissa's game. She did a matching game, like a tile matching game, and she didn't have an icon because she kind of wrote this before FruitJam was like finalized. So I was able to add apps. You just kind of add it to the app folder, right? And you can supply a JSON file that tells it like what's the app name and what the what do you call it? What the icon is. So I did that. And then you can do favorites, which I haven't done yet, but you can kind of create a favorites list. And there's just some extra detail in here on like some things. It talks about the editor here if you want to edit on the FruitJam, which is super meta, but there's some key commands and stuff that are built into it, which is super cool. And then of course the apps here, how to add your own app. It tells you how to add it. Here are a list of all the CircuitPython games that have been tested and works with FruitJam. I have yet to test them all because it's just so many, and I'm just now learning it all because I need to. And then, of course, we have community apps. So big shout out to Cooper, who put together the Fruit Tris game, which is kind of one of my favorite games, I'm going to say. Let me pull it up here. Let's see. Where's Fruit Tris? There it is. There's Fruit Tris. I think I added it manually. And let's see, what is it? Z and X, I think it has like a legit like loader. Press any key to start, and this just feels really cool. He made the music as well. There are a couple contributors, I think, to fix like it has USB gamepad support. But I'm just using the keyboard right now, which is super cool. Yeah, and there's it uses Synth.io, I think, to do the music. Again, I don't have any audio plugged into it, but it does have some fun music that was created by, I think, Cooper. And
I like how it helps you out.
yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, the little helper here. It's a really slick app.
I don't remember seeing that in any Tetris or.
Yeah, some of the older Tetrises don't have like this helper thing, but this is really nice.
Awesome.
And as you advance, the little milkshake grows and it's nice, and then the thing will change. It's really nice. Really polished game. Again, with the music and everything, it's really nice. It has sound effects. It's just really cool. Yeah. So that's Fruit Jam OS. I am testing everything out and trying to get footage of like how everything loads. This loads a little bit slow because like my Mac is like taking over and it's like loading it, and it takes
because the drive is loaded on the laptop.
Yeah, so but if you have it plugged into the wall or a USB power supply, it plays beautifully and it has the sound and everything. Yeah, so let's see if let me check in the comments. Have you seen any comments or anything?
Yeah, Paul Cutler is saying that Fritrus is his favorite as well. I'm gonna check out the as a speed.
Yeah, I think there's a new. It's a playground note. I think I saw. I haven't got a chance to play it yet, but I'll give it a shot too. If we go to the Adafruit Learn and then click on Playground, I think there's a new game from Cooper called Speeding Game.
How funny!
Yeah, I don't know about it, so I gotta check it out. Yep, and then of course there's a GitHub repo. If you find any issues and stuff, you can report them here. I think a couple folks have been, catching different bugs here and helping out, contributing where they can, which is really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's super cool. And where do I get it? Here. Yeah, I'll read through it because I got to take time to actually learn how to do it. But I'm sure there it is. There's the project bundle, which is awesome. So it'll just download all the things, and yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, so that is what I have been working on this week, is full on Fruit Jam OS and all the apps. And I just want to make a nice kind of introduction video for folks that don't know about Fruit Jam, and really kind of show it in action with all the fun different demos. Again, Fruit Jammin'. It is in stock, and you can get 10% off your order with our coupon code FruitOS.
Did you try the Sega Genesis one too from is it Frank or?
I don't know if there is one, but you did bring up a good point. There are other emulators for Fruit Jam. I'm going to scroll down here in the Adafruit Learn. I think they're called MCUME.
Yes.
Oh my god! And then of course I haven't even played with this one yet. This is the Mac emulator. It's called Pico Mac emulator, which is I think ported by Jeff Epler, and it runs a full just drag and drop, and it loads I think system 7.5 with a couple apps already built in. So I'm gonna be playing with that as well. And Liz did a great job like documenting it basically. Yeah, this is super fun. Look at the battle chest, looks really fun. Of course, it has After Dark too, so you get your flying toasters. It's going to be so fun. That's why I'm like super excited to like make a Mac classic enclosure that that just packages everything together that you need. Yeah, so there's that, and then because I know Liz helped out with like the Game Boy emulator, and Tim did. There it is. So MCUME emulators on Fruit Jam. So this includes C64 and Game Boy and VIC-20. The Game Boy one looks really fun because Game Boy. But if you're into like the older VIC-20 and C64, which I guess is a Commodore 64. When I see this stuff, I get like a little like, man, I really wish I grew up in the 80s, and like this would hit me so much more nostalgia, where like I grew up like programming an Apple II and a Commodore 64, but I grew up in the 90s. So by the time I got my first computer, we were like on system 7, but then 8.5 is what I remember like actually learning. And then system 9, pretty heavy on that. But yeah, you can do, C64, VIC-20 and Game Boy on your Fruit Jam, which is pretty amazing.
Didn't we have an arcade emulator? I think JP did.
NES is the one, man. I think NES is the one, at least for the remember, it's got to be ported for the chip, the 2350, which is fairly new. So
yeah, maybe I'm thinking of a different chip then.
Yeah, there are some homebrew games that Lamar was like, hey, you should put some homebrew games. So I'm going to check these out too. Yeah, there's a nice splash screen. And also there's like a, what is this called? Sorry, folks. Metadata. There it is. The metadata pack, which is like 200 megabytes. I'm sorry, I didn't have the patience to copy over the 200 megabytes into my FAT32 SD card. It would have taken like 20 minutes. But apparently this has like all the metadata. So it feels more like
so cool.
What is it? Emulator OS for the what is it called? RetroPie, I believe. RetroPie. It's kind of like that, where you have like this nice splash screen and this interface where you're like sliding between the different menu systems or the different different games.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a little bit of, metadata. So the title, the genre, and when it came out, you can, I guess, have a rating and a little box art, which is really cool. So again, this is just drag and drop, which is really nice. And then if you don't want to get any ROMs, you can get some homebrew ROMs, which are, legal, which is nice. I made sure to show that I have the Nintendo cartridge, because we do have an NES with some cartridges.
Mm-hmm.
I put it in the shot just to be like, I have the ROM. I mean, I have the cartridge. Anyway, I think that's about all the stuff. There's so much stuff happening with Fruit Jam. So if you don't have one now, they're going to be in stock for the next couple hours until people buy them. There's a max limit per customer too, because we want everybody to have one. So there again, 10% off the Fruit Jam. And I think maybe next week we'll have their Fruit Jam video out, because I still want to cover some CircuitPython libraries and some other apps and stuff. It's been a little bit of a slog to film, because it's a fairly large thing, You
gotta get through the things that are incompatible.
Yeah. Oh, I need the right mouse. Like, oh no. Yeah. Cool. Let's see. I think we spent half an hour talking about Fruit Jam OS. That's good. Thanks for all those links, Pedro. On Discord, we tossed in a couple links.
Things listed there, and then additional accessories should be in the Learn guides as well, so you can pick those up while they are in stock.
Yep. All right. Sorry, I'm still a little. Where am I? We have some community makes. Are we ready for this?
I believe so. I think that's all we had for the prototyping stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Coming up on this week's community makes for Timelapse Tuesday, we are still into the Halloween decor, which is thankfully still related to K-pop. This is one of the little pets. This is Sussie the Magpie, and it is thematically still Halloween. It's a little magpie with 3 eyes, so nice, spooky, cute decor for Halloween. Check them out.
It has 6 eyes.
Yeah, 6 eyes on it with a little hat.
Yeah,
little demon hat.
Demon hat.
How good that came out! My God, super impressed again. Still with the bamboos, multi-material coloring. That is some awesome color swap in there. Going into the camera, check it out. Using the glow-in-the-dark blue for that, so it does glow. I should have gotten some glow-in-the-dark yellow as well, because that red also glows in the dark. I don't think there's a way to get like a gray glow-in-the-dark, but that would have completed the whole glowy decor for that. They are printed in separate pieces, so the feet and the tail does glue on. I chose not to glue the hat on just so we could remove it and see how it sticks on.
That's good.
But super cool detail on this little Sussie.
That's great.
So cute.
That is very cool. Really cool character design. Like I love like the little targets and all the little color changes and 6 eyes on a what kind of bird? It's a magpie. Is the bird,
Magpie,
right? Yeah, and its name is Susie. It's got like teeth on the beak, which is
right.
Yeah,
Little raptor dinosaur.
honestly, I still haven't watched K-pop. It's on my list. I'm gonna have to watch it. Maybe when it gets like more colder out. Fall's gonna come out. I think it might be a good fall movie for me to
definitely feels fall.
or something, Yeah, cool. All right. Well, I have the thing loaded here, the page, so folks can download it. Is it free download, right?
Yes, it is on Maker World, already set up with all the different colors. Just arrange it in your AMS. Look how cute.
Or print it in a single color, I guess, and paint it, right? There's always that option.
Yeah, you could do. I mean, that's definitely tough with all the little tiny details.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Some people are really good though at painting.
Yeah.
So a shout out to STR4T13. I'm just gonna have to say their name like that, but that's their handle on Maker Worlds. The description says, my wife and I are obsessed with this movie, like millions of others. I could not find a model of Sussie when annoyed by the tiger for knocking over the bin. Modeled it up and printed it. This design is designed to be broken, printed in single or multicolor. I split up the hat, the feet, the tail, and the body for ease of printing and minimal support. You can print as a single build plate or separate to save some purged material and time. Yeah, not a lot of makes on this one. Please make it available for the A1 Mini. I'm sure you could. Because the profile, you just click on A1 Mini and it should just load it in. That's what's really cool about the Maker World website, is that you can just click on whatever printer you have here.
Inside of the Bamboo Studio, you can switch what printer it is. It even suggests you to switch it to. So.
Right. So that's super cool. Yeah, this is great Halloween decor. Make a big one.
Yeah.
Make a big one. Put a servo in it so its mouth rotates or something. Head rotates.
Yeah. That's what the kids were upset about, that it didn't have any moving parts.
Didn't have any movable parts. That's funny.
I know they're so used to it being flexible or some sort of articulation on that.
Yeah.
But even still, it is super cute, super accurate. It looks just like the model from the movie.
From the movie, yeah.
And the facial expression matches to what the attitude of that magpie is, always like annoyed. It's a voice joke of when something falls over, the tiger has to try to pick it up.
Wow. Okay. I'm sure I'll appreciate it more once I watch the movie.
Yeah, it's super cute.
All right.
The joke is that the hat, he keeps stealing the hat from the tiger.
Oh, that's funny. All right, get it if you're into it. And that's this week's Timelapse Tuesday. Question: did you get a new camera? Your camera looked a lot better, or is it just your lighting?
Oh, it's the phone.
Oh, no wonder.
This is the phone, and then using the Fuji on this one.
Yeah, it looks good.
The auto.
Yeah, your cameras are on point this week, man. Good job. Yeah, look at that autofocus on Pedro.
And you have like this, like you're like, why aren't you using the good cameras? I was like, oh, maybe I should.
Yeah, you should. No, I'm glad you did. Awesome. Wow, that is fantastic. Yeah. All right. What lens are you got there?
This is the stock. What is it?
Oh, you got a stock?
Yeah, it's what comes with the Fuji XS20. It is this is right on the lens, 18 to 55.
Very nice. And is it a micro thirds? No, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Micro 4/3, yes.
Micro 4/3. Okay, yeah. I'm wondering, like, I want to upgrade from my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K camera to the Fuji. Will the lens work? I don't know.
No, it will not.
It will not. No, I
had to get all new lenses.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But I think it's time
to
get a
smaller. It's smaller than the Blackmagic lenses, even with the adapter.
Right. That's funny. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about community makes. We have 2 this week, and we'll kick it off with this very fun one. I forgot about this project. We made so the Halloween M4 was a really fun Halloween kind of PCB. that did eyes, but we figured we'd make a Mac classic enclosure for it.
That looks pretty spooky to me.
Yeah, so Sundance Cody on Thingiverse posted up their make of it, and what a screenshot! It just says it's the bomb Mac and restart.
Yeah, that's why I said that it looks spooky to me.
That's funny, yeah.
Oh no.
Let's see, what does it say? It was printed on a Quilty Ender V3KE, printed in Hatchbox filament, and I think that's like the first make of it, to be honest, at least on Thingiverse. You don't get many makes on Thingiverse these days, but it's really fun when we do. I think this is just like, images that are playing back, because it's just an M4, or actually it's an M0 Express, so even slower. Yeah, but this is a cool case. I mean, it has like I think that's a speaker holder, right? Yeah, and like a print in place thing. I don't know when we released this. It must have been like 5 years ago now, or maybe more.
Does it show the publishing date? I thought it did. 2019, right there.
Really? Yeah. It feels like it was longer than that. Well, that is 6 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like it feels like 2019 was last year still.
What's the common thing I see? How is this 19-year-old born in 2009 when I am also 20 years old?
That's funny. Yeah. But here we are, 6 years later, and we're really playing Mac on a microcontroller. Like we're literally emulating.
We've done it before on another one. It was a Pi, Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, well, Raspberry Pi is like
it was like a Pi 2 or something.
Yeah. That was a long time ago, man.
Was that pink one?
I mean, we didn't even have Fusion 360 yet. I guess we can take time to look at it because we have time. I think it's called Magpie. It was like it got featured on the magazine, a Mac magazine or something. This thing is old. It uses VMac, I think, which was like ported for Linux, so that's why I was able to work. But yeah, look at this Pi. It's like a Pi. We don't even make it. It's a Pi Model P, 512 gigs of RAM on it. Yeah, but it still ran on this very, very unusable,
Oh yeah, look, we have to scroll.
Yeah, but now we get to, full 512 by 340. Yeah, look at that old Magpie. Yeah, and again, like the design was like, I don't know, not the best. We were still learning a lot. I think it had magnets and stuff.
Well, I had to fit all the stuff in there, so.
Yeah, you had to do a lot of. You remember you had to like cut cables and do all sorts of extra wiring and stuff. Oh yeah, I had a power boost in there. Yeah. Anyway, getting nostalgic here with projects that are really old. 2014. 11 years ago. 11 years ago. 11 years ago. Wow. The moment you feel old. All right. 10% off for the thing. Anyway. Yeah. And the last one, remember we're on Community Makes. The last make is a remix of the USB MIDI key set. It's more like the single part. So Joss Boyan on Printables wanted to use like a Pico based microcontroller. We designed it for the KB2040. So all they did was update the snap fit mount for their Pico, which looks like a custom Pico because it's purple.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it looks like it has the same format of a a Raspberry Pi Pico, like Pico 1, right? The RP2040. But it has like a silk screen on it, which is an upgrade from the Raspberry Pi Pico. And I like it. It's like this is great. It's exactly why we design our enclosures to have like independent PCB mounts, so that in case anyone wants to put their own ESP32 board or their own DIY Pico, you can just make that one bit, and you don't have to reprint the bigger base of the enclosures. You can see here in the parts folder, we have a KB2040 size thing. I think all you did was like extend it so that it fits the Pico. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Very cool. So shout out to Joss for making their remix here and posting it up. It says I printed a large amount for the Pico board I already had. Yeah, that's what we like. Very good. And that's all the community makes, just 2 this week, which is always nice to see any of them. And I think that's going to do it for the show. I got to get back to filming and testing. And Pedro, I think you're going to print out the Grow monitor. We still have this one. Brent's going to be back next week, and we're going to get some more data. Pedro's actually got some real nice plants and a lot of space for plants and monitoring plant stuff. I have cats and they eat plants, so I can't really do that. Like we have these fake plants in the back, and they're just all chewed up. So we can't even get fake plants. Yep. All right. Let's see. Again, coupon code. Get yourself a fruit jam. I just reloaded the product page. They're still in stock.
Nice.
Which is awesome. All right. I think this week, tonight, we got Ask an Engineer. They're back. Mr. and Mrs. Lady Ada are back this week tonight, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Ask an Engineer. Before then, wow, I'm out of touch here. We invite you to come on Adafruit Show and Tell. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, Wednesday. Yeah, come on by, share what you're working on, what you want to work on. All's for a game. You come into the Adafruit Discord server and just wait for PT to post the StreamYard link where you can just click it, get your camera and mic ready, and you can share your stuff with the world. And then at 8 p.m., it's Ask Engineer. Tomorrow's JP's workshop. Sorry, I'm trying to get my stuff here. JP's workshop, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, every Thursday. And then Friday, we have a deep dive with Tim, Foamy Guy, 2 p.m. Pacific or 5 p.m. Eastern. All right. And from the Desk of Late Data, might still be on break. We're not sure. But they'll post up on the blog and the Discord if they're streaming or not. And of course, if you get subscribed to the Adafruit YouTube channel, you'll get notified when they are indeed live.
Yeah, saw they recorded some pre-recorded stuff. It was like unlisted on the YouTube.
Oh, okay. So maybe it'll get posted up this week. Yeah. We appreciate everybody's patience as Lamar and Phil start to wind down as they go into paternity and maternity leave for baby number 2. Super exciting. Let's see. Should I check in the Discord?
Nope, I'm in there.
Pretty quiet, really. Yeah, quiet week, which is fine. A little slow for us too, as we gear up to work on the next big one, which is going to be the Mac Classic case. Pedro, you're going to pick something as well. Maybe another Halloween prop. Yeah, you're recovering from the sword build, and yeah. Cool. Any last words?
I think that's it.
All right, folks. I might come on Show and Tell. I think maybe we'll see. If not, I'll see y'all next week. But until then, remember to
make
a great day. Bye, everybody.